Hey, Shalom is your first one to start by giving all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechak Wadash, double honors, and to the elders, apostles, and bishops of GMS, Great Millstone, who rule well, teach, and edify. And Shalom to you for like Akim and Akwat out there. My name is Yeshaya, and I'm making a video. I earlier I closed my eyes, man, and the precept of Second Ezra 7 popped in my head. When I was just sitting there, just with my eyes closed, and I was meditating on the image of it, and what I looked at is you have this tall platform, and it's thin enough to where you could put one foot in front of the other, right? Imagine the texture of this platform is gravel, slip gravel, gravel to where if you put your foot down in the wrong spot, the front of your foot or the back of your foot or the side of your foot can slip because it has that little integrity on that specific step, whereas the rest of the steps you have security to walk, but there are certain places where that gravel just isn't super there, like it's there and it's a foundational thing, but on the surface level there's a spot where you could slip, because gravel's like that. Pretty sure bros have bust their ass on gravel before, but meditating on that, there's a great water on the right side and a great water on the left side, and I was looking at myself in a first person point of view, and I was walking each step going forth, and then I looked down at the side of the water and I slipped. And I fall to where, I'm hanging on, my leg is cuffed around the platform, and I'm in a panic, and I scurry, to get myself back up on the platform and continue walking. And this frightened me, man, because that can happen to anybody. If you're too focused in the world and the things of the world, i.e. looking down at that water, you'll slip with it, man. In the world, they tell you if you're on a hype thing, don't look down, you're going to go with it. In the medical field, if you're at risk of passing out, they'll tell you, don't look down, that's where you'll go. So in this truth, bro, do not look down at the world. Don't look unto the world for shit. Don't look to the world for answers about anything, man. You got to be a circumspect man in this truth. You have to seek Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai to find your answers for things in your life, man. And I cannot stress this enough because this is a representation of how niggas get lost, man. The Lord is that good shepherd, as the scriptures tell you in John, the 10th chapter. Or is it Matthew, the 10th chapter? Might be Salaki. I'm going to read this first and then we're going to start getting these precepts. But to finish up my point, the scriptures tell you that the Lord is a good shepherd. He gives us this book as a guide to be able to walk on this fucking gravel. One of the things he tells us is to not love the world, neither the things that are in the world, so you can't be mesmerized by that world. Say you're walking on this platform and you're like, man, I'm really not trying to fall off to the left or the right side. But then you notice this great water and you think this water is just like, damn, that's kind of beautiful. Like I love walking and I'm gonna keep walking. But let me just, while I'm walking, let me just look at that big ass water. That's a beautiful thing. Or let me look at this big old thing of fire. Like that's, extraterrestrial. Like that's something crazy. Man, you lose your focus, bro. You lose your focus in this truth. You're gonna fucking go right where you're looking at. You're going to go right where it is that you're looking at, bro. Your heart has to be within Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Forget not thy first love. The scriptures tell you to keep your eyes single. If you keep your eyes single, you have tunnel vision. You don't give a fuck about what is around you. There could be a goddamn ape hanging off the side of the gravel and you don't even notice it, man. That's for the, that's a little bit of exhortation. Don't be fucking with them black women, right? Keep that tunnel vision on the kingdom, bro. Keep that tunnel vision on Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Keep that tunnel vision on the victory. Right? Like it says in 1 Corinthians, the 9th chapter, all that run in the race, all those that run in the Salakia. I'm gonna have to just get in a second. I don't want to butcher it. Second Ezra 7th chapter. And it says, I'll just start at the 3rd verse. And speak unto me, my Lord. Then said he unto me, the sea is set in a wide place that it might be deep and great. But the entrance were narrow like a river. And who can go into the sea to look upon it and to rule it? If he went not through the narrow, how can he come through the broad? There is another thing, a city builded and set upon a broad field and is full of all good things. The entrance thereof is narrow and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there's a fire on the right hand and on the left a deep water, and the only path between them both have between the fire and the water is so small that there only can one man go at a time. Right? And that's that walk. That's that walk that we are walking on. This is a walk that is just it's deep, it's harsh, and really you're just begging for the tender mercies of the Lord, because everybody goes off, man. At some point in time they fucked up here, and at some time they fucked up there, and you don't want to fuck up, right? You don't want to be in that situation where you like, man, I really just actually went off, like I fucked up. You know, when everybody's had that experience, and it's the most gut-wrenching fucking feeling. It just twists your whole spirit up in half. You know, some Akim have gone through some shit that haven't left them okay for months, years, you know, to the point where they're just fucking spiritually shook off of something. And of course, you know, those sincere brothers are going to persevere, because the Lord is a good shepherd, man. Like the scriptures tell it, man. The Lord is a good shepherd. He actually, he puts us in a position to where we actually can get the victory, man. You know, all the while learning the lessons that come with the victory. You know, if you're going through hell and you're not thinking about what the fuck you're learning now, you're missing an opportunity to be, you know, more edified, man. All right, John 10 and 11. I will just start 10 and 10. Actually, I'll start at 10 and 9. I am the door. This is Yahushua speaking. By me, if any man enter it, he shall be saved, and shall go in and out and find pasture. The thief cometh not but to steal, and to kill, and to destroy. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly. So that's what we're seeking, man. We're seeking our true answers, man. What is left behind that door? That door is Yahushua, man. Entering into that door. Understanding, you know, the purity behind it. You know, the fact of the matter is that if you look down, you're going to fucking die. If you have doubts, you're going to fucking die. That's all that comes to it, man. If you're walking this trivial path and you have, you know, shit in your mind that's veering you off of focus. We just got out the Passover. A lot of that stuff should have been fucking done, cut off, and done away with, man. Because at the end of the day, are you a man? You know, if you subconsciously answered yes, and you thought to say yes, then you need to accept the responsibilities that come with being a man. And one of them is being able to conquer this motherfucking body, right? Conquer your motherfucking flesh and be able to get the victory, you know, most of the time. If you fight in spiritual battles and you win in 6 out of 10 of them, that means you lose in 4 of them. You do that each week, you lose in 8 spiritual battles. You keep on adding that up and up and up and up and up. Now you've lost hundreds of spiritual battles and won only a fraction of them. You want that to be more like, you know, 9 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Yahweh Ratazat 10 out of 10 is what we strive for. You know, but at the end of the day, you know, we're in this sinful flesh. The scriptures call this flesh chains of darkness for a reason. It's just a cell of torment and sin, iniquity, fucked up thoughts, and a fucked up way of thinking. You go to Romans the 7th chapter, you know, oh, I wretched man. You know, being the fact that we do all the things that we shouldn't do, but we do the things that we don't do the things that we should. Right, but the Lord is a good shepherd. He spares mercy upon us for the times that we do slip, the times that we do get mesmerized and look off into that ocean while walking. And we slip. And you slip, you're given an opportunity to try again, to try to actually fucking figure out, if this is for you, bro. And most men, a righteous man gets right back up. They don't even got to think about it. But then you see some of these niggas, some of these reprobate silver ass motherfuckers who slip. The Lord spares them a little mercy. Actually, a lot of mercy. The Lord spares them mercy. And they over there on the ground just contemplating shit. They stop walking for a minute. The spirit not in them. Right? And then they try to get back up when they feel like it's go time. Like, okay, yeah, I'm ready to go. This is a never-ending job. This truth is blood in, blood out. This truth is you. This truth is your fucking life, man. So, when it comes to getting back up after you slip, man, that needs to be an instant, right? That needs to be an instant, because that mercy doesn't have to be given unto you. That mercy does not at all have to be given to you. Job 11:6, and that he shew the secrets of wisdom, that they are doubled to that which is. Know that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai exacteth of thee less than what thy iniquity deserveth. The Lord punishes us less than what we should be punished. We get a lesser ass whooping of what we actually should receive for the things it is that we do. We're in a society where transgressions are upon every corner. Wickedness is everywhere. Idolatry is everywhere. And fucking just every type of form of wickedness is around us at all times. And the Lord selected you to know who he is. It's like been that parable of the talents. He's given you a talent, What are you going to turn that into? Are you actually going to translate that to something that's positive in the sight of the Lord? Are you going to devote your life to the Lord? Or are you going to stare off into the water? I'm telling you, bros, man. I'm telling myself. Don't be out there staring at the motherfucking water. That ain't gonna do no good for you, man. This truth is it comes in seasons. You're gonna have a season where you're gonna have a lot of fun. You're gonna have a season where you're gonna be torn the fuck down. You're gonna have the season where you just like, man, you completely out of it. But at the end of the day, we endure through all. Sirach 14:2, blessed is he whose conscience has not condemned him, and who has not fallen from his hope in the Lord. Blessed is he whose conscience has not condemned them. That's a heavy thing, man. Your conscience can very likely condemn you. You out here looking into the world and shit like, man, that looks kind of cool. Like, I kind of want to try that shit. Look at fucking Alizé. How do you even get to that goddamn level of wickedness, of pride? How do you get to that level, man? You out here fucking, thinking around in your head, and the scriptures tell you the mind is deceitful, the heart is deceitful above all things. And that word heart goes into the word la'ab, which means your mind is deceitful above all things. So with that being said and understood, you must surely understand that sitting there fucking, being in the flesh is gonna kill you, man. 2 Peter 3:17, ye therefore, beloved, seeing ye know these things before, beware lest ye also, being led away with the error of the wicked, fall from your own steadfastness. Fall from your own steadfastness, right? But grow in grace and the knowledge of our Lord and Savior, Yahushua Mashiach. To him be glory both now and forever. Amen. And going back to that 17th verse, beloved, seeing you know these things before, beware lest ye also, being led away with the error of the wicked, fall from your own steadfastness, man. Don't be doing that shit, bro. Don't, if you catch yourself doing things, that aren't expedient, or that could be off, you gotta fucking cut that shit quick, man. You gotta sever it. You gotta get that demonic seed out of you before it's rooted. A lot of times, bro, shit will sneak up on you in a way that you might not perceive. That's why the scriptures tell you to keep under your body. You know, I like to say this too, because when a vice turns into an addiction, that's when a demon is fully developed. That's when that tree of death is fully sprouted in wherever facet of your life it is, taken upon. Whether it's yayan, you slowly start seeing yourself lose more and more, bro. Losing spiritual battles can actually have a physical representation in your life of what it looks like. You tell yourself that I'm gonna devote more time to the Lord, but you actually end up devoting more time to the world or to fucking whatever the hell you devote your time to. And you see that the Lord gets less, the world gets more and more. Each time that the world gets more and more and the Lord gets less, you're fucking lost. So your conversion rate, out of 10 could very likely be 2 out of 10 without you even fucking thinking about it, because you're not being spiritual and thinking about those type of things. You tell yourself, all right, I'm gonna get my diet intact. I'm gonna take I'm gonna pay attention to the decrees of the apostles and actually, take upon the diet that they tell me to eat, because I'm obese and I have so much fat on my body, I could give it to another motherfucker and still be fat. And then, you see yourself in the Culver's goddamn drive-thru getting a cheeseburger, large fry, with a big-ass motherfucking high fructose corn syrup drink and a goddamn scoop. That's a fucking loss. You just lost. You lost your own fucking mind. And a brother must recognize that for him to be able to succeed in winning. And that's really what the Lord is teaching the elect right now, to have that judgment, to see both sides, good and evil, so that, when the kingdom comes, that judgment is actually going to be truly righteous, man, because they see both sides of it, right? Another example, your brother's addicted to yan. You find yourself more on a weekly basis drinking more and more. It's gotten to the point that you drink every day. It's gotten to the point that you drink more than once a day. It's gotten to the point where now you're starting to have liver issues. You start developing liver cirrhosis. You start developing kidney issues. You see the way that demon just gets all up in your fucking business, and you're sad because now your kidneys don't work. You're sad because your liver's fucking going down. You're sad because your bilirubin's like a fucking 25, 30. And you're sad because all these things, and you just start pouring up more. That's the shit Jake does, bro. Hard-headed, backsliding, dumb fuck, sottish nation, bro, that does these things. But the Lord has selected you to understand and recognize these things and set your heart aright against them through this book, man, through the prophets, through these words of wisdom. When I'm making these videos, I'm also watering myself, man. Really trying to extrapolate every ounce of possible wisdom that the Spirit could be giving right now, even unto myself. And I don't want to ramble, but at the end of the day, man, if you look down, you may very likely fall exactly where it is that you're looking. If you're looking into the world, having pleasure in the world, then you'll fall into those pleasures of the world. You need to focus on Yahweh Shem Yahushai, because you go where you look, right? You go where you look, man. When you're driving, you go where you look. When you see a little shorty and shit, you out in public, she over there at the fucking, she over there at the smoothie shop, all of a sudden you at the smoothie shop. You don't even fucking like smoothies. Shit will get a man to do things out of nature just for the sake of you looking that way. You gravitate that which you're low-key envious of. You gravitate towards that type of lifestyle. If you sitting there, worried about the world and trying to be, a Hebrew Israelite in the world too, though. Like, I'm still getting my W's in the world and shit like that. Which granted, bros can have money, bros can have women, bros can have these things. But bros got to be vetted. Bros got to be fucking learned. Bros got to be hard, disciplined, stoic. Bros got to, you see a brother that's doing those type of things, just know that his spirit behind that is a motherfucking warrior. Not saying that the brothers that aren't doing those things aren't warriors as well, but that's just their specific lot. That's a play in the body that you can see. Everyone has a position that they play in the body, and that's just what that beloved is. So don't think you're going to just come into the truth, fuck around and be a novice and get all these bitches and do things that are unexpedient and think that, the Lord's not going to set you back for doing unexpedient things after bros have told you not to do those certain things. And there's a balance to it, and you must find that balance within yourself. That's why the Apostle Tahar always says you have to know yourself. You have to know yourself. You have to know what's evil for you. The scriptures tell you that. Sirach 37, one of my favorite precepts here. My son, prove thy soul in thy life and see what is evil for it and give not that unto it. So at the end of the day, you know that you can't handle having, 5 women, chuck it down to 4. See how you feel at 4, chuck it down to 3. If you really can't handle your shit, bro, really, you need to go back to the drawing board, which is Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and strengthen your spirit. With that understanding. Because wisdom and understanding are not the same thing. Understanding is truly living these scriptures and truly, truly soaking up everything and it's just understanding. Wisdom, it's like the difference between this, man. In algebra, between algebra in high school and algebra in fucking, I don't know, aerospace dynamics. It's the same algebra, but they translate that shit in aerospace to a true level to where they actually have that understanding and able to broaden the power of that algebra. So in this truth, you're given these precepts, you're given instruction. You understand, if you understand these precepts, you're able to broaden your perception of what this truly means, what this truth truly is. That's why you got to live through it, man. So just to finally recap before I end off the video really quick, man. You gonna fall where you look, man. Yeah, whether that's into the Lord or into that fucking water or fire, that's up to your eye. Keep your eyes single, Baba Kushai. Watch out the things that are evil for you and try to get those things out of your life as quick as possible. Right? I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to lastly give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, Shalom, and good luck to y'all, Akim and Agwaz.